So I'll put the link in chat. Give Scott your views and your likes and your subs, and let's watch some Scott the Woz. I already know Scott. I've watched a lot of his content, but I don't remember if I watched this video because there has been videos that I've missed. So I probably missed this one. So we're gonna watch this one. It's a lot shorter than the last one. This is about 10 minutes, so I don't think we'll be sitting here for 45 minutes watching a video. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey y'all, Scott here. All I've got in my pocket is a receipt for a Hungry Man meal. Does it look like I'm doing okay? I really need something to make me realize, God, I could be doing a whole lot worse. I could be 13 and the only games I have to play are first-person shooters for the DS.
Oh.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Yeah, you can get laid on the go. Call of Duty is everybody's favorite best-selling first-person franchise. I've been on Wikipedia. Call of Duty was and still is a giant. But I'd argue it was truly at its biggest during the Xbox 360 PlayStation 3 era. That was when you couldn't escape it. Everybody was playing the single player, the multiplayer each and every year when a new one came out.
I mean, I literally just got a bunch of them in the mail today.
Surrounding the franchise for a while there. God, everybody hated this series back then, but now, I mean, I think most stopped caring. It was all because it was the trendy game back then, the one everybody was playing, and you should know by now, many video game fans will hate a game just because it's popular. It's
true. No, because that's actually really true. Because like any popular title will come out and it's immediately just completely slogged on. It's completely like Twitter just goes on a rampage every single time. And it's so unfortunate because there's a lot of good games out there that are just super, that are super popular, right? And then they just get fucking slammed by people on TikTok and Twitter who are like, you like Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, try playing a real game. Like My Furry Fat Life 3. Like, what? Like, hello?
Charts, but Call of Duty doesn't get talked about nearly as much. It's not really the trendy game anymore. It's more so just an inevitability. The Call of Duty comes out every year. A lot of people will play because, oh, the new Call of Duty came out. A year passes, the next one comes out, the end. The people who play play, and then you have those who originally wouldn't be caught dead playing a Call of Duty, not caring about the fact new games come out every year because, like, there's nothing they can do about it. It's kind of like measles. Like, yeah, you don't like it, but like, are you gonna do anything about it? No. But during the 360 and PS3 days, these games were the biggest deals out there. Every kid on the playground wanted these games with ding, ding, ding. Now, of course, if you wanted the true experience, you had to get these games on either the PC, Xbox 360, or PlayStation 3.
Yeah, my first COD.
5 years after they
what was it? My first Call of Duty was Advanced Warfare. Back in, well, the game came out in 2014, but I don't think I played it until I want to say Actually, I think it was 2015. Yeah, it was 2015. Yeah, it was 2015 when I played it. So I was about 9 years old. Yeah. Yeah, so 2015 was when I played my first COD. And then 2016 was when I bought my first COD, which was Advanced Warfare, because I played Advanced Warfare at a friend's house when I first played it. And then that was also when I played Black Ops 3. I think I got Black Ops. Well, no, I didn't have an Xbox by that point, so I got Black Ops 3 kind of late. I think I got Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare around the same time. Yeah, I did. 2016. And I got Infinite Warfare for really cheap too. I think I got it for like $3. It's still on my copy. So that was really fun.
Mac. If you didn't have any of these systems and only had a Wii, well, the Wii versions of these games were okay overall. They were graphically downgraded, lacked some content, didn't have the same online community, but you'd be surprised how many people will still defend these games. You get a level of precision and embarrassment from using the Wii Remote's pointer that you simply can't achieve on standard controllers. But most people would agree these games go below the others. But if you didn't have a Wii, well, I mean, if you had to play these games.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, a developer was playing Brain Age and said, "Oh, Call of Duty." I mean, come on, it only made sense. 2 screens, an X button. The DS was made for these games.
Oh, yeah,
I find it
100%.
weird how every mainline Call of Duty, from Call of Duty 4 all the way to Modern Warfare 3, got DS versions. The Wii skipped out on Modern Warfare 2. The PSP only got 1 Call of Duty game, and it was a spin-off from Call of Duty 3 back when the series wasn't nearly as popular. What about the successor to the DS, the 3DS? It got no such thing called a Call of Duty. These versions must have done pretty well and or were easy and cheap to produce if they didn't skip a single beat. I mean, they all
That's
came out
crazy.
the exact same day as the console versions. Like, they were serious about these games. Well, now I can finally say I've played 2 versions of Call of Duty 4. Let's pile through these and take them on a test drive. So all the Call of Duty games
Should
for
I
the
buy
DS were
one?
developed by
If I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna
N-Space.
buy
You may
Black
know
Ops
them
1.
for Geist, right? Please respond.
Because
during the
I
DS
feel like
era, they were
that
the
would probably be the
kings
best one
of
to
making
get.
first-person shooters for the platform. If you wanted an FPS on the DS, you called N-Space. Their phones must have been going off the fucking hook. So Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is pretty much a bizarro take on the console versions. It has similar beats, but it kind of does its own thing, which, I mean, they could have at least taken the story from the console versions. They could have taken a lot from the console versions, but they decided to make their own shitty version of Call of Duty. Yeah, the Call of Duty
Interesting.
DS developers, yeah, those guys have integrity. I gotta hand it to them. It looks like fucking shit, but that's only because of the console it's on. Like, they make the most of being on a console some people used as a cookbook. Things are relatively easy to decipher. It's not hard to look at. It just looks outdated and sad. But that's just
really
how it
interesting,
looks. How do you
though.
play a first-person shooter on a this? So we have a single D-pad. Everything's in order so far. You can't play Call of Duty without a D-pad. This is how things are working. We move with the D-pad, aim with the touchscreen, shoot with the shoulder button, and if you have no clue what this thing is and more so use this thing to write, then you can move with the face buttons instead. This
Okay.
control scheme isn't the worst. Like, for what it is, it's fine. It works, but it's a control scheme created out of limitations. Nobody says, "This is great." I feel like I'm taking notes. And that's all you can really say about Modern Warfare on the DS. It works, and that's about it. They have these puzzles you use the touchscreen on, like it's time to disarm a bomb. Did you bring your DS stylus? I honestly kind of like
Yeah, you gotta
these
make
things. I
sure.
got a
Always
little
make sure to
bummed
bring
out
your
when I
DS
finished one
stylus
because that meant I
for
had to
bomb
play the game.
defusal
Other
clause.
than that,
They won't let you
I
in
gotta
if you
be
don't.
honest, I'm really scraping for things to say at this point. I fell through the floor and gave up 40 minutes in.
Yo, what?
See, this is the kind of game that's fine, but you just feel like a fucking loser for playing. Did they Photoshop the screenshots on the back? This is not what the game looks like. Well, hopefully World at War picks up the slack.
Nope.
This is the same game. Literally, I really can't tell the difference between these two. Is that bad? Listen, I may
mean,
be
that's
known
kind of
as the
how-
Resident doesn't really play.
That's kind of how Modern Warfare and World at War were anyways. They were kind of like... World at War was kind of just a World War II reskin of Modern Warfare 1 anyways. With zombies in it and a better story. Well, actually, I don't know if it had a better story. I have yet to play either one. I'm gonna be honest. I was too young for that era of Call of Duty. So...
a Call of Duty player, but I can at least generally tell the difference between the games, and I would probably assume this was World at War. But if you told me this was the bonus jungle stage in Modern Warfare 3, I would nod my head like crazy. We now have landmine disarming minigames on the touchscreen. I really wish they'd make more use of the DS's microphone. I always wanted to disarm a bomb by yelling at it. So Modern Warfare featured local multiplayer for you to play with all your friends on the bus, but no online. World at War fixes
local.
that problem gracefully.
Ah.
You gotta be kidding me. You might want to be sitting for this, but World of War DS doesn't work online anymore. Oh, my weekend. The next year ends.
What do you mean? What do you mean it doesn't work? They should really make... Honestly, I've always been 100% on... They should just port Call of Duty Mobile to Switch. Like, is that insane to say? Like, they should just do that, because it's already... You can already use a controller on Call of Duty Mobile. I've done it. I remember it was like 2020, like mid-pandemic 2020. I didn't own a modern Call of Duty game. I didn't own Modern Warfare 2019. And Black Ops Cold War was still a little ways away. So I was playing Call of Duty Mobile, and I remember me and my friend, we would hook up our controllers and just decimate the lobbies because they were all using touchscreens. Switch, yeah, the Nintendo Switch. I honestly think that Call of Duty Mobile should be on the Nintendo Switch, because they are both, like, the Nintendo Switch, although it's as powerful, the Nintendo Switch 2 at least is as powerful as a PS4. I'd still say it's about the same graphical fidelity as like a higher end smartphone. Trust me, touchscreen has developed a lot. Yeah. I'm sure it has in the 5 years that game has been around. I'm sure the fucking mobile players have gotten absolutely cracked out of their minds. That's why I'm never gonna touch that game ever again. But I honestly think that there should be a Switch version of Call of Duty Mobile. To maybe gauge interest in the franchise on Nintendo consoles again. And maybe the next game, not Black Ops 7, but whatever comes after that, will be on Nintendo Switch. Maybe. Could be fun. But I don't know.
Base returned with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Scratch that. Call of Duty Modern Warfare mobilized. Listen, I get putting a subtitle
I can't
on
log
because
into
this
that
is a
thing
separate
without getting
entity from
destroyed
the
by a
actual Modern
12-year-old
Warfare 2,
kid
but
on a sugar rush with
why drop
moss
the
growing around
online
them.
multiplayer's back? Is it currently online? Give me a B. Give me an old bullshit. I do have to say, the games do improve as time goes on. It's obvious N-Space is really getting a knack for putting large-scale first-person shooters on the DS. The only problem is, they're on the DS. The games consistently keep running better. They look better. AI and design keeps improving. It's really nice to see, but there's only so much you can do with this thing. Look at the difficulty select. Each one is represented by this guy at different stages of chewing. Now with Black Ops, we have a glorious moment for society. They included a new option when it comes to controlling the game. So I've had a Nintendo 3DS capture card for about a year now. You connect it to your computer with a USB cable and bam! I can play my 3DS games here and on a computer screen. No hassle. But you know how things are. Accidents do happen.
What the
It broke?
Yeah, it stopped working, so I had to turn to something.
Okay, I remember seeing that scene on like Twitter a few years ago. What the fuck? It broke?
I just don't like doing. Playing these games on a Nintendo DS emulator after downloading copies of these games for free off the internet, what have I become? Now, I do own every single one of these games legally, and I don't think Activision is sitting there going,
That son of a bitch, that son of a bitch!
For downloading ROMs of Call of Duty World at War on the DS. Pretty sure somebody called Stalin existed. I heard he was pretty bad, but sure. I ganked Call of Duty games from the DS. Satan, save a spot for me down there. But playing these games on a computer is wretched. To simulate using the touchscreen, we have to click down on the bottom screen and scrub around. You have to do this the entire time to aim. It's horrid. It's like this for the first 3 games. This is the only way you can control
That's
it.
nasty.
But with Black Ops moving forward, they give you the option to use the D-pad to move and the face buttons to aim. So all we have to do is pair a Bluetooth controller, map the buttons to the analog sticks, and bam, we can play Black Ops DS like a regular Call of Duty. I still feel like a fucking loser playing this. Yes, Black Ops is a bit more on the playable side of things on an emulator, and even on a normal DS, it's definitely the best one so far. And when we move on to Modern Warfare 3, Defiance, okay, I gotta ask, so these two, you had subtitles. This one, you took out the number, and then this one, you brought it back. Why didn't any journalists ask Activision about the point of that? Also,
I don't know.
What the hell kind of a logo title screen is this? But, yeah. It's probably the best one of the bunch. I don't know. The Call of Duty games on DS are totally worthless now, not in terms of monetary value, but more so in terms of what you get out of them. If anything at all, they're incredibly interesting parts of the Nintendo DS library. I'm not trying to downplay any of N-Space's accomplishments with these titles. It's seriously impressive.
I've been doing that to play Pokemon. Yeah, who doesn't do that though? Like I literally own all of the 3DS, or well, not every 3DS. I don't own the opposite versions of the 3DS titles. Like I own, well, okay, I'm about to contradict myself and like completely go back. I own both X and Y. And I own, what is it? I own Omega Ruby and Ultra Moon. So those are the 3DS titles for Pokemon that I own. Those are actually the only 3DS titles I own. But I still used an emulator to play them because I wanted to replay Y, but I didn't want to reset my save file because I felt really bad. I don't like resetting save files. It makes me feel really bad. Unless it was like something that was like fundamentally broken with my save file, I don't like restarting it. That's why I really like how modern Pokemon games, you can just create another Nintendo profile and then just, you know, play the game again on a different profile and not have your main profile fucked up. But I always find what is it? Resetting save files to be really, really, like, bad. I don't like it. I don't like resetting save files.
Skimping on the quality all too much. They legitimately did
Maybe I
the
should
best
play
they
Pokemon
really
on
could
the-
with the
on-
DS
on
hardware.
stream. I feel
The
like
fact they
that'd be
got
fun.
full-blown
I can't play the
original
new ones, I don't have a
campaigns with
Switch.
voice acting and online/local multiplayer on most. It shows they really cared. This wasn't some throwaway product to simply get Call of Duty on the DS. This was really about supplying DS owners with legitimate first-person shooters. Back in the day, I'd say these were solid pickups for DS fans if you wanted a first-person shooter on the go or just
Play
wanted
Black
more
or
Call of
White.
Duty.
I actually
These weren't
might.
bad at
That's
all.
actually not
Now,
even a
the
bad
problem
idea.
is it's
I was thinking
2019
about
and
it.
there is no reason to play these other than for novelty purposes. They aren't fun or interesting on their own to warrant picking them up. The only reason you'd ever want to play these now is because, haha, it's Call of Duty on the DS, this must be terrible. You then play it and go, oh god, that wasn't bad at all, that was just depressingly okay.
I wish I could say more
True.
about these games, but to be honest, play an hour of one of these games, you
Shiny
played
Hunt
the
Dildo
entirety of them
starters?
all. There's no
Yeah,
real
so you
reason
want me to
play
die?
these
Good to
today
know.
other than for novelty purposes, and even
Like,
then,
do you
none of
actually
these
want me
games
dead?
Are so bad they're good or all too interesting, to be honest. However, these games bring me back to a wonderful time where developers wanted to put games
You're
like Call of
sick in the
Duty on
head,
hardware
true.
that had absolutely no business running it. It's honestly astonishing they could get games like this to run on the DS. The visuals and sound are pretty bad by today's standards, but for the DS, they are fantastic. The controls work, and these games have quite a bit to them all. But I'll be dead in the grave if somebody ever catches me playing Call of Duty on the DS. Oh, the past 9 minutes? No, of course I wasn't playing Call of Duty on the DS. I was just scratching 2 brownies with a toothpick. Why would I be playing Call of Duty on the DS? I would look like an idiot.
Let's Soul Link. Whoa. 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 Pause. What the fuck do you mean, let's Soul Link? Let's not. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do a Soul Link. That's scary. You failed our first attempt? Shh. No, I didn't. That didn't happen. No, there is no failing. We won, okay? Trust me. Trust me, we won. There was no. And also, we were trying to Soul Link sword. I don't. That was a lost cause.